Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Before I get started, give all honor and all glory and all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kagodash. Give honors to the Apostle Great Millstone, who will. And shalom to your brothers in these camps of folk on earth, and by their sacrifice. My name is Yerah Abad, coming at you with another sit-down lesson. And today we're going to get into Isaiah 14 chapter, right? And let's get to it straight to the point. And it's the letterhead, or the title, it says Israel's Taunt. So basically, we're going to get right into it. It's Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers, so let's go to the very beginning. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and yet choose Israel. That's right. So the Lord is going to choose us, right? Basically, we are His people, and we're going to be brought back to the fold, right? To the to basically the family, so we can be joint heirs to Yahweh Shai and be in our rightful place, right? So we can help run this earth and run the galaxies for the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, right? Because the kingdom of heaven is the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. And set them in their own land. The strangers shall be joined with them. The strangers are Israelite foreigners, right? Who are now waking up in these last days in the Great Awakening. That that will be set with their own lands with the other Israelites, right? So I guess the homegrowns are already going to be beamed up on them ships. You know what I'm saying? The ones who knew they're Israelites in the past and have died knowing they're Israelites, compared to us who are Israelite foreigners, right? Who just found out in these latter days, that we've actually woken up to who we are, from Yahweh Shem Yahushai to Abba Bivens to our apostles on them. And they shall cleave to the house of Israel. That's right, because we're all going to be joint heirs. We're all going to be one stick under Yahweh Shai's hand, because before the two kingdoms, which is northern and southern kingdom, which is northern kingdom, which is you so-called Latinos and Native Americans, and then you southern kingdom, which is you so-called Negroes, starting from you Benjamites, Levites, and you Judites, right? The Negro nations, right? We're all going to be joined under one house, the house of David, the house of Davidah. You know what I mean? Which is under the kingdom of Yahweh Shai. Under what do you call Yahweh? You know what I'm saying? Because there's order in the kingdom of heaven. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai for servants and handmaid. That's right. Because not only are we going to take our people back to the mainland, the homeland, but we're also going to make these kings and queens our servants and handmaids. You know what I'm saying? Just like how we are the kings and priests of before, are their servants and handmaids to this date, right? It's going to be the other way around. We're going to go from rags to riches in less than 1 hour. You know what I mean? That's how long it takes for the nuclear missiles to come down here and change life forever. Less than 1 hour. All right, let's continue. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors. That's right, because for far too long, we call these heathens, especially Edomites, have ruled over the nation Israel, right? With a rod of iron, you know what I mean? And have showed no mercy since the time of their inception. So now the Lord is going to force them to be merciful, right? Because in that day, they're literally going to have to conform with the rule of Yahweh Shai, right? And there's going to be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's not going to be maybe you should come with us, or maybe we shouldn't do that to them. No. What do you call just like that day when they took down our people and showed no quarter, and showed no mercy. It's gonna be the exact same way when they get taken down. I mean, we're not gonna be showing them mercy. We're not gonna be like, hey, you wanna know what? They have human rights. They have constitutional rights. Nah, none of that bullshit. All that gonna go out the fucking window. You know what I mean? And this will come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh Hashem Shai shall give thee rest from thy sorrow. That's right, and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. Right, because we're actually going to get a break from these fucking heathens. You know what I mean? Of having their knee on our neck. You know what I mean? Constantly having oppression, on our face, in our backs. To where these heathens thrive. Nation Israel is made to serve and put into extreme poverty. You know what I mean? Which is completely wicked. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to serve a punishment. You know what I mean? But there's nothing, to stay in that punishment, for eternity. That's unbalanced. It's unjust. It's completely wicked. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be doing that in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? You fuck up, you do your time, or whatever, you pay shekels, whatever you gotta do. I'm saying life moves on. You don't be fucking, put someone in purgatory for, forever until they die. That's hella wicked. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased? Yeah, because, what do you call it? Finally, the inhabitants of Babylon, which are the prophets who live in Babylon, have taken up what do you call a proverb against the kings of Babylon. Have came out and fanned a hand at the kingdom of Babylon. Right, basically going to the nobles' gates. And telling these nobles what it is, basically go screw yourselves. And when Yahweh Shai returns, he's gonna put all you fuckers in chains, rightfully so, right? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. That's right. He who smote the people with wrath and continuous stroke, and he that rules nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. That's right, because soon we call, as right now, the Lord's bringing judgment to Babylon, and he's bringing judgment to Edomites, right? Especially the ones in charge, you small hats. And the world is not going to give two shits. Meaning the world's just going to back up, you know what I mean, and let you get judged. They mainly encourage it. Hell, so sometimes even more or less to join in your judgment. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's go. Let's keep going. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into sinking. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no foes come up against us. See, you Edomites are so wicked that even the trees are going to rejoice and you being brought down. The whole earth is going to be in rejoice between the insects in the field, right, to the animals, to the trees. You know what I mean? The whole earth is going to be at rest. It's going to take some time for you heathens to clean it. You know what I'm saying? That way you'll never be able to work. You'll never be homeless. You know what I mean? The kingdom of heaven, you guys will never have to worry about that. Ever have to worry about not working. Never have to worry about, getting laid off. You know what I'm saying? Never have to worry about, what do you call it? Not making no money. Because you're always going to be working. You know what I mean? You're always going to have, You're always gonna be making money. You're always gonna make gold. You know what I'm saying? You guys live cool. You like shit. You know, you know, and we'll do you just like you do us. Hey, you work hard. You know what I'm saying? You put your head down. You work hard. You go to school. you can have the Babylon dream. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee in thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings and nations. That's right. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like us? Yeah, because at one point this nation had the top level of intimidation, and had the nukes, right? And it had the American military Navy might, you know. And these nations who were weaker than Babylon, you know, would tremble. You know what I'm saying? You know, Edomites would go in and, you know, and make a bunch of deals, and you know what I mean, to where, you know, and now these other nations have got their military strength up to par, if not better. And now they're basically saying, are you weak as weak as we were? You know what I'm saying? You know, what about now? So we got nukes now. What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? You know, and right. And speaking of nukes and advanced weaponry, hell, China just had a parade and showed all its latest weapons. Man, the United States couldn't hold it. The United States is all fucking scared. You know what I'm saying? These Edomites, like, oh shit, these Moabites got that shit. You know, with the business. Like, yeah, we could have told you that. You know what I mean? You know, you'll be there not listen to the man of the Lord and telling you, you know, hey, these nations are built up. You know what I'm saying? The Lord built them up for war against you. You know what I'm saying? But since you don't listen to reason, and you think we're talking shit, now look at you guys all scared. We should listen. I know why we disregard the prophets. You know what I'm saying? They're right all along. Yeah, we are fucking right all along. You know what I'm saying? We think we're saying shit just to say it. You know what I'm saying? Just so we can get ridiculed. And no, we fucking, man, so we see that shit. The Lord gives us these, you know, opens our eyes. You know what I'm saying? So we can see that shit. You know what I mean? And warn you people. I mean, of course, we have to be prophets to you other heathens too. So we warn you, hey man, one of these countries over here, they got some shit. Be careful. You know what I mean? And you know, they got something for you. Careful. You know, but hey, you know, like I always said, what do we know, right? We're just men of the Lord. You know what I mean? We're the seers. We're the ancient seers that come back and the regeneration. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay because now the world's listening, right? They might talk that shit, but behind closed doors are scared. They better be fucking scared. Okay, where we at? Okay. Art thou come like us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms are covered thee. Yeah, because when you have worms, I mean you have decay, right? So that pomp is brought down to the grave. Basically, your arrogance. You know what I mean? Your foresight. You know, it can't be brought down. It can't be touched. Well, it is getting touched, right? And you're a so-called your market value of your skin recall is being depleted daily. Just like the value of your dollars being depleted, the value of your skin color, your Edomites' skin color is being devalued every day. You know what I mean? And it's beautiful to watch. So, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. Yeah, let me call this one, and I'll come back and hopefully Lord willing finish the other part. Leave off on that. And those ones edifying. My name is Yerah Abad. I'm part of the Israelites 11-hour camp at San Francisco. And before I sign off, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kagudash, double honors, Apostle Great Millstone, who will. And shalom to you, all you brothers in the camps. Our focus on earth, making my life sacrifice. My name is Yerah Abad. It's like 11 hour. And no one is lesson. Is edifying. Next time, Shalom.